How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Some investors are dying to be part of Bitcoin right now. I want to go through what's happening in the market, what just happened with some people paying huge fees to be part of Bitcoin history. We have news from Tether. They're getting into other lines of business, and a couple other pieces of news that I think are pretty important to this market. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video to see future videos just like this. And I realize I'm in a new setup. Tomorrow night we will be heading out of here, but in the meantime we have to deal with new areas, not as good audio, cameras a little bit worse, but the important thing is the content, which is what I am focusing on. While you're down there hitting subscribe, there is going to be a link to Margex. Margex has something called copy trading. I don't talk about this too much, but of course you can trade yourself, you can trade on leverage, you can also convert different cryptocurrencies just into USDT or Bitcoin, but you can also do copy trading. So basically you can follow what other investors are doing. You can see, for example, this trader has about $17,000 in equity. The total strategy equity is about $35,000, and they've gotten about a 2,000% ROE, or return on investment. So basically you are able to go follow these traders, they make trades, and then you have your capital in them. Of course, there are risks and benefits to that, but that's something you can do over on Margex, which I don't always talk about. So if you want, you can sign up with this underneath the video. There's also a link to Blowfin as well, and you can do copy trading there. I have trades open on both. I think it's important to have multiple exchanges ready at any one time, just in case one goes down because there's so much volatility, which is something we consistently see in crypto. Someone paid $700,000 to have their 97-cent transaction included in block 840,000. Now, why would they do that? Well, they're going to be part of history. This is the halving block. So some people think that that's cool, right? I mean, I'm in Dubai, and there are people that pay millions of dollars for a license plate, a specific license plate, because it's a low number, like number 7, number 9, number 55. So people do similar things here. They want to be part of history. Maybe they have 8,000 Bitcoin and they just want to have something written down. They want it to be part of this halving. They think it's going to go to 1 million. So they stamp themselves into history. You can see Bitcoin transaction fees also just hit a new all-time high, higher than we've ever seen in one day. Absolutely nuts. Some people are willing to pay anything to be part of this. Now, the Bitcoin price still is around 63,500, 64,000. Not too much news on that front at the time of this recording, but we did get some news on Tether. Tether, something that we don't talk about all that often, but they announced restructuring to go beyond stablecoins. So they're restructuring to introduce new divisions beyond stablecoin development. The stablecoin giant has launched a new framework introducing 4 new business divisions, including Tether Data, Tether Finance, Tether Power, and Tether Edu, or Education probably, according to an official announcement on April 18th. With the new division, Tether aims to expand its mission to provide a range of new infrastructure solutions, investments, and services. So yes, we know that Tether is a cash cow. They're making billions of dollars each year just from the yield on Tether. But now they're moving outside of this. So Tether Power is going to be, it looks like, maybe mining Bitcoin, which is interesting. Number of active Bitcoin mining sites. Data, they're going to buy GPUs and use them. Education, going to get more people into crypto. Finance, who knows at this point? Maybe you can get a yield or something if you put more money in. I'm not sure. Actually, they break down a couple of these. At Tether Data, the company will focus on strategic investments and technologies, including peer-to-peer platforms like Hole Punch, Keet, and Pair Runtime. Tether Finance will serve as the hub of Tether's traditional stablecoin products and financial services, aiming to democratize the global financial system. Power, further develop Tether's mining and energy efforts, while EDU will focus on digital education and promotion of blockchains. Now, like I said, they're a huge company making tons of money. They make even more money than BlackRock. People keep on mistaking it like BlackRock's the one that's actually putting all this money in, that the company itself is what owns them. It's a custodian. So yes, they have some control, right? They have some control over what assets their funds buy, but the Bitcoin ETF is bought by other investors. Now, I still think BlackRock probably owns some Bitcoin, but what I'm saying is Tether is already as profitable as BlackRock, and they are just a stablecoin company. So of course they're going to try to get into other lines of business as well. Now, we'll come back to crypto in a second, but I just saw this from Elon Musk. He says, starting at $29,490, the Model Y. This is after U.S. federal tax credits and estimated gas savings. I saw that Tesla recently, I think it was just in the last 24 hours, reduced the cost of a lot of their vehicles by about $2,000. And Elon Musk is now posting this. This is 20 million views. How valuable is this? This is kind of interesting just to think about how many people probably bought a Tesla just because of this, right? A $30,000 car that drives like a $60,000 car. And pretty cool. I have a Model 3 Performance actually, and we've loved it so far. Of course, there are always times where I'm like, okay, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be quicker, but that's it. This is a beautiful car for $30,000, and they continuously reduce the price of their vehicles. Now, moving on to a couple other cryptocurrencies. One crypto that I'm watching is UnityPad. This is a very small crypto at this point. It's very small, but they're basically going to be a crypto launch pad where you don't have to like buy every single launch. You buy the token. You can actually see it down here. Buy the token, hold the token, and there's going to be buybacks and rewards to holders. So they're basically going to invest in a lot of these launches for the holders, which is pretty cool. So I'm paying attention to this one. And to be clear, I am an owner, to be completely clear. And Katamoto, this is one that launched yesterday. This is the meme coin that Tencent launched. Now, over the last 24 hours, it's up about 13%. It launched yesterday morning. Now it's up a decent amount. There's a ton of volume though. This is absolutely insane. I'm not sure I've seen this. A $15 million market cap that pretty much went sideways for a day, but had $208 million in volume. Like if you just scroll down here, you're seeing $20,000 buys, $17,000 buys, $15,000 buys, $3,000 buys, $1,600, $15,000. There's just a ton of volatility. You can see just like massive wicks up and down, up and down, up and down. But I am going to be paying attention to this at $16 million market cap with Tencent behind it. This could be big. There's another crypto that launched here today, or is going to launch supposedly, called Z Casino, and it's kind of like in a similar boat where they have really big backers that make a lot of money. So even if the token goes down initially, I'm probably just going to hold it because they have the money to buy it back if the team decides to. Now, where do you think Bitcoin's going? Bitcoin's interesting right now, and we'll cover this and then we'll head out. But obviously we had a historic event, and now we've just kind of floated down. Bitcoin dominance staying pretty steady around 55.5%. You can see big move up, consolidation, like real tight consolidation. This is exactly the level that we talked about we could hit because we saw previous support here. Now, it's going to be hard to know exactly what's going to happen short term, but I still am very bullish on Bitcoin. I think it's very possible we could fall down. It's always possible we could fall down, but it looks like we are forming a nice kind of bottom here, starting to move back up. We'll have to see throughout the weekend, but if we continue up to this trend line, we get up to over $70,000. A lot of shorts are going to be liquidated around this point, so maybe we do break this little downtrend. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. It is a bit of a slower week in terms of news this week, but that's not always the worst thing in the world, right? Sometimes it is nice to have a little bit of calm before the storm. And I'm still very bullish. This is the kind of movement that people get bored at. People lose sight of the place that we're going, and they just trade stupid, or they just decide, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to move my crypto from Bitcoin into something that maybe moves faster, but then they go invest in something that's already moved up a lot, and then it falls, and then Bitcoin goes back up. So I'm just staying steady, sticking with my plan. I'm mostly Bitcoin, but I do have some alts. I'm buying strategically, and yeah, this is an exciting time. This is typically a very good time. The next 6 to 18 months in Bitcoin, very bullish typically. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you so much. Check out the links to Blowfin and to Margex underneath the video, and I'll see you in the next one.